Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Griffin, and I'm a filmmaker based out of Orange County, California. And today I wanted to show you how to shoot a commercial.
And introducing the middleweight champion of the world,
Coming to my house? Let's go! Woo!
I guess we know what to get Dad for Christmas.
Order now to get a free gift with purchase. Visit FightCamp.com for more details.
It's going to be a bit of a brief overview. We're actually on our lunch break right now because a lot of times that's when you get to film BTS videos if you're on an actual set. Anyways, we're going to get right to it. We just rolled up with the van. Actually rolled up yesterday and the day before. So walk and talk with me. Come on this way. First, let's talk about locations. So here's our location. You can pan over to the house if you'd like to. So here's our location. We found this house on a site called purespace.com. The other one that we use a lot is called gigster.com. So PureSpace and Gigster. When I first started filming commercials, I would originally book with sites like Airbnb, but they're not actually designed for people booking commercials and shooting commercials. So some hosts would kind of like be irritated if you're filming there. And one time we even had a production stopped. So PureSpace and Gigster are great for productions, especially when you have like vans and stuff like that and a bunch of gear. Like they know you're filming a commercial. It doesn't look like you're just taking pictures with your friends or something. So if you book through those sites, it's a little bit more legit. So kind of staying on the topic of pre-production, we'll come on this way. Another thing in pre-production we do is we decide the concepts. So super short version of it. Usually what we do is we decide, okay, what do we want to film? What was like the actual topic? What's the goal we're trying to achieve? We'll come up with, say, 3 or 4 different versions, and then we'll pitch that to the client. In this particular case, the client is Fight Camp. So we're filming for Fight Camp. We pitch these several concepts to them. Once we've all agreed on which concepts we're going to shoot, we'll go ahead and narrow it down. And so today, for this shoot, it's actually 2 days of production, and we're filming 2 different concepts. So 1 concept per day. We're on day 2, actually. And then before we actually go to the shoot, we'll do a location scout. Location scouts are where we go, we look at a whole bunch of different houses on PureSpace and Gigster, and we narrow it down. Okay, here's the top 3, and then we ended up landing on this one. So when we do our location scout, a couple quick tips. Download the app called Sunseeker. I think it's like 15 bucks or something. Another good one is called CADRage. I think that's how you say it, CADRage. But you can basically frame up all your shots. So I'll put some stuff on screen right now, what that looks like. You can go through and you say, okay, I know I'm gonna be on a C500, or I know I'm gonna be on the Alexa Mini LF. And you can frame up your shots and you can click through all your focal lengths. And then another great thing to do is to basically figure out all your framing and your blocking. So what I like to do is I'll bring like a 1DX with me, or something that's the same sensor size as what I'm gonna film. And I'll just put on either a 24-70 or a 24-105. And we'll literally go through and basically fake shoot the commercial. So I walked in with Dave, and what we did is we basically blocked out all of our different angles, all of our different shots. So instead of having to figure out, hey, do you want me to be a little wider on this, a little tighter? We were just on a zoom lens, and so we can go through and figure it out. And that was really helpful for us. So, you know, I'm no like super expert at this stuff, just kind of sharing some tips that work for me. And that was one thing that I found really helpful. So jumping into your actual lighting. So the guy we have today is my good friend Hugo. If you guys aren't already subscribed to him, check him out. He's on YouTube. He's an amazing DP and director, but today he's our gaffer.
Yes.
So you want to tell him what the gaffers do?
We're trying to make it like a dark, moody scene. So the garage was all white, so we had to take down some of the light just using.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, so we stole a tip from Shane Hurlbutt, and it's these like $1 fabric cloths from Smart and Final. But I think we bought like 10 of them.
Yeah.
We'll probably overlay some GoPro footage there.
Yeah, a lot.
Cool,
And,
nice.
we use them a lot on this shoot because we used to cover the skylights, we used to take down this white ceiling, we used to cover these windows. Those are like #1 tool in our kit today.
On bigger commercial sets, traditionally you would see like M18s, like Area M18s. That's like a super popular light in LA. And that's what we would always use. And the reason we want that is because we want a big, strong, powerful, hard light that you can just basically gel it to be a little warmer if you needed. But the 600D for this shoot has really kind of replaced the M18 for us.
So we have like 1, 2, 3 600Ds outside to create like a sunset look. So it's striking through the windows, and it's actually really realistically looking, I would say. Plus we use another 600D with a light dome just to wrap a light around, and we use another 300D with a spotlight attachment.
Okay, so right now what we're doing is we're setting up for the scene. It's going to be basically backlit by the sun. So it's going to be a cool shot. The sun's giving us some nice light coming in, and what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of wrap that light across the face so it doesn't look so shadowy. And the idea there is you basically wrap it and you can still keep the shadow side on the camera. So basically it doesn't really matter how big or small your setup. Generally speaking, the same principles apply. And you know, if you're using like one 120D, or you're using, like in the case of today, 2 600Ds in a Nova through a 6x6 or 8x8 frame, still the same kind of thing all the time.
So we're making...
All right, we're gonna keep this as a one take. So let's keep on walking. We got probably like a minute and a half left. We're gonna blast through this. Here's Dave, he's our director. You guys all know Dave. He's in almost all my videos. Why? Because he's awesome. Dave, got any tips you wanna throw?
So basically when we were thinking about these ideas, you don't really get a sense of timing when you're just looking at storyboards. So one thing is good to have in the pre-production process is have an editor or do it yourself or whatever. Just cut together an animatic, and that way you will know like, oh, there's like less time for this reaction shot and like more time for this shot, or like, oh, it's super tight for this story, we need to simplify it. Like all those kind of things kind of get ironed out when you put it to music and you go, okay, I've only got 30 seconds to tell this story. Like, how am I gonna do it? So obviously then when you shoot it on the day, you can shoot different takes for like coverage and alternate storylines and things like that. But ultimately then you get it back in the edit suite, you got to condense it down to 30 seconds again. But the animatic really helps you kind of like make those decisions before you get there.
All right, so when it comes to choosing cameras, that's usually the job of the DP. So I'm DPing today. We chose basically the Alexa Mini OF, and the lenses we're on are some rehoused GL Optics Leica R lenses. So I really like the Leica R lenses in terms of image. They've got sort of a gentle look to them. They got a little bit of cool flaring sometimes. My only thing I don't like about them on the cine mounted lenses, a lot of times you get like iris creep and some stuff that doesn't look super optimal. But the rehoused ones are pretty cool because they've got basically a full cinema style build on them. So it's got all the good stuff from modern lenses, but all the funky stuff from the vintage lenses that a lot of DPs like myself like. So that's cool. Running the Cine 7 monitor here. When it comes to like the Alexa Mini versus the C500 Mark II, honestly, they're really similar. And I am gonna do a comparison on my channel, like a proper comparison, like of image quality. That's not a today thing, that's a some other time thing. But my favorite thing about the Mini OF compared to the C500 is the sensor is 25 millimeters tall, so it's a little bit taller compared to the 21 on the C500 Mark II. And that's great for actually if you're doing either square crop or vertical crop. And I know some people like scoff at the idea like, oh, square crop. It's like, well, dude, I mean, like a lot of the budgets, I mean, I'm not gonna say what the budget is, but it's not small. I can tell you that for the commercial we're shooting. And it's primarily square and vertical. So that's why I really wanted this camera. And we're gonna, boom, edit, cut, jump over the camera cart. C500 Mark II is our B cam, and then our still slash BTS slash everything else camera is the 1DX Mark III. And then today we're being filmed on the C70. So these cameras really cut well. This camera was on a Ronin 2 yesterday, and that was basically on standby as our sort of B camera. And it just switched over to PO mount before. It was running the same lenses, the Leicas. And then we actually have right now the 100mm macro on there because there is one shot that's like a super close up on the eye. So this will cut just fine. Anyways, we'll probably take you tomorrow along. We're shooting some cool stuff, like kind of a dream sequence. But hopefully you got something out of this video. Fully recognize it was a quick one and it was just kind of quick and dirty. But hey, look, that's what we could do today. And I'm hopeful that you got something valuable out of it. If you like this kind of content, consider hitting that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.